I'm Professor Margaret Price from Oxford Brookes University. I run the Ask Pedagogy Research Centre in the Faculty of Business. My keynote presentation was about assessment literacy, and it's really important for both staff and students to be assessment literate. And the reason for that is that we're in a period of change in higher education. Assessment is becoming even more complex. We're moving away from traditional methods of assessment. And so what it is to be an assessment literate student and an assessment literate member of staff is changing quite dramatically. If we are going to work well with students, we need to be able to have a good discourse with students. We need to be speaking about the same sorts of things. We ask students to evaluate the service that the university gives to students. We really need the students to understand what it is that we're trying to do to work with them. I think if staff are going to help students, the thing that students have always come back and said is that they really want to have a dialogue with staff. There is a problem with feedback always being considered as a product, and students just receive it and they can't understand it, they haven't got the same interpretation as staff have. So staff need to think about where it's really important that the students understand their feedback, and perhaps switching resources, so perhaps making sure that there is dialogue taking place either in the classroom, between peers, or even on some special occasions having one-to-one or small group discussions about what the feedback is about. But actually the research is beginning to show that the students' perception of feedback is actually determined by a much broader number of factors, and particularly in relation to the extent they're prepared for assessment, the sort of relationship they feel they have with their tutors and their peers before they even do that piece of assessment. If they feel that they are able to really understand the task and evaluate the work they've done themselves, then they will be able to engage much better with the feedback, and hopefully that will give a better perception of that feedback.